we will start today on user group roles. Okay, so I will proceed further. So yeah, so we will be covering those content like user creation, user impersonation, and then groups roles, and then assigning roles to users groups, creating companies, locations, delegated users. All right. So we will talking about user administration. So this is one of the important part, because without user, how the system will be utilized. So there should be different kind of users created within the system. So it could be like admin users, and it could be ITIL users, it could be end user also, the user which don't have any role. So user is mandatory for accessing the ServiceNow system, or getting something utilized within the ServiceNow system. So user is mandatory, like he should be having some login access to the platform. Then only he will be able to do certain activities according to the roles. So basically user administration will involve like managing users and their access roles within the platform. So basically users will be assigning certain roles, groups, to like maintain the user management within the system. And it is crucial for security access control and how user can effectively use the system or the platform features. So it is like basically the important part, because this user will define like what user will do.
Prashant, sorry to interrupt. You are sharing your screen.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay, let me share my screen. Is okay. It unshared. Okay, it is visible now.
yes.
Okay, so I was talking about like user administration. So basically the user administration I mentioned, it basically define how a person can utilize the system, or what kind of access the user is having. So basically it will be assigned to certain roles, or it can be assigned to certain groups also, right? So user play an important role, and you with the user administration there are a lot of things comes like with the user. Like user can be manually created, or locally created, or user can be coming from AD, so user directory, active directory. So wherever the company is maintaining the user base, similarly like the integration will happen and user will be migrated to the ServiceNow platform, similar users, because for a company there could be similar kind of users will be onboarded to a same system. That's why most of the time integration of user and users is done, because user active directly is already created on some database like AD or anywhere else. So for that purpose user administration is necessary to do. So user administration, basically we will try to create users. Just I will cover user group roles, and then we will see how we can create users groups roles, and then what should be the best practice of assigning specific roles to users or groups. So we will see it further. Now talking about group administration. So group administration is also necessary, because the assignment group basically is the term in the ServiceNow system where the people will assign some of the activities to them, like there could be IT service desk task will be assigned to ITSD group, and for developers the story will be assigned to those developers. So there could be one user group created where set of users will be defined, and that set of users will be having certain group activity roles. Suppose he is part of ITSD group, then he would be having ITIL roles with that ITSD group. So whoever the person will be added in that group will have access to be assigned to any task related to ITSD, and they will also receive the email if they have been added into the group, right? And system administrator generally manage those group through user administration module. So group also comes from the database if it is present in AD, so they will migrate the group from AD. Otherwise, if they are not having any certain groups, so groups can be created or locally generated inside ServiceNow system and can be utilized for assigning those user to specific groups. So now generally group is very important for gaining certain access or providing any group access or assigning any task. Basically it could be approval, it could be incident, it could be email notifications, right? And this play an important role because role is also assigned to the group and user is also assigned to the group. So group plays a very important part in user group administration, right? So let's proceed for role administration. So role administration, basically role is such kind of thing which comes with the specific modules. So there are different roles allocated with that application. So if we talk about ITSM application, we have ITIL role, right? So similarly for CSM, it would be like SN, customer case, admin, user, analyst, such kind of role is there as part of that application. And we can create the custom roles also. If suppose we are working with ACLs, so role could play an important role, and role can play an important role in such a way so that it provides the right access to specific users, because the role will be allocated to the group, and the people who will be allocated to that group will gain the role from this group. Whatever roles will be added as part of that group, that will be transferred to that specific users also. So it is like automatic role allocation to specific user when it is assigned to the group, and it plays multiple roles. Basically it define what kind of access is granted to the user, and it will define what kind of access that role is having in the system, like read, write, create, delete. So we define role inside ACL, so because of, that's why we call under security. And under workflow also there could be some roles provided specific to workflow or any other aspect of catalog item. Suppose we build catalog item using a catalog builder, so we have catalog admin role. So various roles will play a different activity role in ServiceNow system. All right, so user group roles.
So Prashant, I have a question. So for HRSD roles, if we have, let's say we have admin role. So for HRS, so admin role can override all the HRSD roles, or how it will happen?
So if he is having admin, he will be considered as an admin,
Okay.
whatever role he is having. So he will be considered only as an admin.
Okay, and for HRSD roles, let's say he has HRSD admin role, HRSD manager role.
Yeah, whatever role he has, admin is the parent of all the roles. So if admin is present, he would be having or seeing all the roles. But in terms of HR, it might not be exposed to all of them, but admin users will be having, because admin is the developer basically. So generally developer will not be a user when they are utilizing the HR system
Mm.
basically.
Okay.
Yeah, because admin is a developer basically. He would have all the rules, and if he wouldn't have any rules, then also he can do the changes within the system, because
But admin will not have visibility on the HRSD things. That is right.
he will see the things. He can
He will
develop
not
the
be able to
things.
do. Okay.
He will see the things, because if admin will not have access, then who will do the development in
Mm.
HR? So that's why. And if we are talking about data, so that point of time, generally it is not the case anytime when the same person is accessing the data, and same person is doing the development. He will not be having admin access to production mostly, because the data is important part there.
Mhm. Okay.
And admin is already the parent of all the ServiceNow roles in the system. If you are having admin, and you are having customer case admin, HR admin, and GRC admin, so that doesn't matter, it will be considered as an admin only.
Okay.
It will not count like separately HR, separately CSM, because you already have admin user. If you would not be having admin user, then all those role will be counted as different license. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
And now we have like assigning roles to users and groups. So basically, we can assign role to users and groups. Both the things can happen within the ServiceNow system, right? But as like if suppose role is created and we are generating a role for users, so we can provide directly just going to roles. Like users record, we will go, and there we have related list, and where we can add the roles whatever is required to be added to that user, right? And similarly we can do for groups. Go to users, and we can see the related list groups, and we can assign that group to this user. But if we talk about best practice, so generally what happens is like we try to create specific groups, and then we assign the role to the group and the user to the group, so that whatever user will be assigned to that group, the role will be automatically allocated to all the users who would be adding in those groups, right? So suppose we have like roles created, and we have multiple admins, and we can create a group like ServiceNow administrator, like who would be doing the development, and we will assign the admin role, and we will assign multiple users there who would be the part of development team, so they can assign all to single group. And what will happen, this all developers will be in a single group, so that if suppose in future they have enabled agile development in ServiceNow system, so they can use same group to get stories assigned to those people. So this is the example like how we have to add roles to the group. So generally we have a best practice to add roles to groups, and then user will be assigned to that group. So that is the general best practice like ServiceNow recommends. So ServiceNow is also having ITSD group, where ITIL role is assigned, and then we can assign various users to that group. So whatever user we will add to that ITSD group, they will be automatically assigned ITIL role. Alright, so whatever action normal IT person will perform, similar action can be performed from that user. like ITIL user basically, because we have assigned roles to the group. And now let's jump into our system. Okay, so we have this PDI, and now we will redirect to our users table. First I will click on user administration, and I will show you what all things present here. So user administration, you can see we have users, groups, roles, logged in users, department, companies, and locations. We have everything under this user administration. We have countries also, right? So if you see this user under user administration, we have this users table. Here we have to create our users, or the user might be coming from AD side. So basically you can create, or it will be coming from the integration, and we can create manually also. We can define such kind of user here as well, like test.user. And now we will try to save it, and we have this set password button, so we can set the password. Basically, if you want to send a specific, you can send, and if you want to generate automatically, so the password will be generated automatically, and we can copy the password and send to that specific user. Okay, so this is copied password, and he will be able to reset or use the same password. You can select password needs reset. If this is checked, then he has to reset the password. If he has not checked it, he will not have to reset the password. He can utilize the same password. He can change it, it's his own need. If he want to change it, he can change it, but if we provide this, it is a mandatory thing. He has to reset the password, otherwise password reset is not required. All right, and here we can define the title, department, and many other details like phone number, language. Default it is coming English, Outlook. Yeah, so these are the basic.
What is these options? Logged out, web service access only, internal integration user. What do we use for these?
Where you are seeing
Logged out, a password needs reset.
this
Below that, below that, logged out, web service access only.
So user will be there, but user will be logged out. So basically you cannot log into the system until this is checked. You will be having that logged out thing happens when we have LDAP integration configured. So there we generally configure the logged out feature, and we can do using business rule also. Some unexpected activity happens, then we can mark this logged out as true, and the user will not be able to log in until he has unlocked again. So this is not these days utilized, but previously it was utilized much under LDAP integration. But this is generally for locking out the user. You can also manually lock any user. You don't want to delete it, but don't allow them to log in. It's that kind of checkbox.
Okay. And web service access, internal integration.
Web service integration, web service access only is like when you are generating the account for integration, basically web service account.
Okay.
So that's why this is used. Okay.
Yes.
And this is not out of the box, this is added as part of something. But if you see, this is like added from me as part of some
Okay, this is custom
yeah, that kind of.
checkbox.
And we yeah, so this web server, generally you will not see this. And if you will see, I think it is not much utilized. Most of the time it will utilize web service access only, because it is same thing only mostly. I haven't utilized it because web service access only was fulfilling the purpose.
Okay.
And here we can see we can define roles, groups, delegates, skills, subscriptions. So generally we don't utilize these two tabs because for skills we have to utilize other modules. And yeah, so this is all about users. We can create it or we can import automatically while setting up AD integration or LDAP integration. And manager can be defined similarly. User can add photo also. All right, so let's move to groups. So now these are the groups, some of them out of the box, some of them are created manually also. Suppose I will try to click on new. So here we have much basic form. Yeah, so we don't have much thing to do here. Test at the rate. And we can define manager and we can define the parent if this group is having any parent group, so we can define that. It is used when we try to generate tree based structure on group field. So that point of time you can see the hierarchy, but we are not utilizing it. So suppose I will click on save, and here we can see the roles, group members, group skills. So here we can like assign the roles and the group members, right? So under roles you will see the edit button, and under group members also you will see the edit button, so that you can add specific roles or members to this group. So suppose this is the test user, okay, and this is the test group. Let me try to create one role also. So role also will not have anything specific, because this also have very basic form. So this is the role created, and now what we will do, we will try to assign the role to this group, whatever we have created. test role. Why it is not coming? Now it came. Okay, so now you will see the role is allocated to this group, and it is saying job to add or remove roles from users of group has been queued because we don't have any user, so it will not assign to any user, but we have test user created. As soon as you will see test user is not having any role, as soon as we will assign the user to this group, he will have the test role for him. This is the test user, and now job to add role from users of group has been queued. So now you will see the test user has been added to this group, and you will see this roles related list populated, and you will see the inherited as true. This role has been inherited from the group. That means if inherited equal to false, then what does that mean is like it is added manually. The role is added manually to the user. This mean is this. Okay.
Okay, so if it is true, then that means that a role has been derived from
group or parent role. It could be like that also. If suppose we have parent child relationship in roles, so that time also it will see as inherited true.
Okay, and in case of manual addition, it will always be false.
Yeah, it will always be false.
Okay.
Prashant, can we do it manually? If we set it false, is it allowing you to make it false?
So it will not allow.
Yeah. Okay, just wanted to know.
And if we try to do it, it will not be opening. The record will be disabled. You will not see anything. You will just see this read only data, and if you try to do edit button here, you will not see that thing because it is inherited one. You will not find roles here. It will only be removed when you remove from this group. So when I will remove this user from this group, then only that role will be removed. So suppose I have removed. Why there is a problem? Yeah, it is saved. So now user is removed from this group, and now you will see this role will also be removed and group also. Okay. Only way if you want to remove the role is like remove that user from that group, then only that role will be removed. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And we have this logged in users, where you can find what all users are logged in. So currently only my user is logged in, so that's why it is showing last accessed just now, last transaction time just now, total transaction this. So you can see this logged in user module here, and you can see these things. Okay. So for what purpose is this? Because there might be some issue created by user, and user tell, okay, I was not able to do this thing, and now I am able. I don't like suppose the user is doing something and he raised an issue like this is not happening according to the what is provided. So people can come and check whether the user is logged in for that issue or not, right? So they can check from here logged in users, because they can tell, okay, I haven't logged in ServiceNow from past 2 days, so we can verify whether the user is logged in today or not. And this is the basically the transaction which is happening within the system. So it is that thing, but this will not be much utilized for us. So these two you can just go through, that's it, but it doesn't make any bigger use in our day-to-day projects. It's just an info, that's it. And we have this departments. So departments is also necessary, because when we import the users, right, so they would be having some department for what department they belong to, like IT, finance, HR, business development, infrastructure, telecom, right? So these all people, HR, finance, facilities, engineering, will be having their department, and every department will be having their department manager or department head. So you can try to create department first, and then you can map your department to the user table. So here we can define the department. We can try to create, or we can use existing one, right? And this department will be utilized so here you will see the user table. We have this department field. We can define the department for what department that is specific user is, sales, marketing. So we do have this department for all the users. This is like a mandate kind of thing, because we all belong to some department in whatever company we are working on. So we have various department, and we are part of this engineering department, support department, right, or implementation team. We have such kind of department, so we can create that way. So similarly you can try to create one. Suppose I have created implementation team, and now we can assign what all users will be part of this department. Okay, so whatever user we will define, so it will be tagged to that users, and we can directly add department to the user table also, right? Suppose we have created implementation team, we can assign this user to implementation team. So now you will see one user is added, test user, and it is added to this related list, right? Because I have assigned the department to this user. All right. And now one of the important thing is locations. Basically locations play an important role for various activities, like for which location the user is from, or we can utilize this location table for HR activities also, and CSM also, FSM also. We can utilize this location table, right? Because it is very well structured in such a way, like we can add our location data very easily and in a convenient way, because it has fields like street, city, state, zip, country, right? And we can define phone, contact, latitude, longitude. So we can either load the locations, because there are locations generally is a very uh, constant thing, like location doesn't change every day. So if suppose we have that specific location, so that location will be there, it will not be changed time to time. That's why, so this is location loading is one time activity. So new locations will only come if that location is not present in the system, then only any new location will be coming in picture. Otherwise you would be using same locations data, because location is not going to change whether it happens anything. It's just like location can be adding more on the list, that's it. And this is the full name basically it, if you see, full name is like utilized so as to generate the path, like Americas, North America, Maryland, and then Baltimore, and the detailed address. So everything is concatenated to this field. Okay, so name, street, city, state, province, and the country, and mostly utilized for FSM application, CSM, and incident table also, because the checks happen for which location the lot incident is happening much, so they can check in the reporting side also.
How is this location table populated?
So it is either loaded manually or integrated with some system, just like users.
Okay.
Okay, and location is never changed, like one location you are having, it will never change. Like the house which you are staying, that location will never change whether you leave the house, whether you don't leave the house, right?
Mm.
Location will be there always,
Yes.
right? So location can only be added but not modified.
Okay.
Okay, it's just like that location will be tagged to different users, that can happen, but address will remain same, right?
Mhm. Yes.
So it's that kind of thing. That's why most of the people, most of the company, what they ask, we want this to be a one time activity. They will not be having locations update frequently, once a year or twice a year. Then they will choose it to do in a manual way, because setting up integration will not be a great idea, because location will not be changing every day, right?
Yes. Yes.
And now company, so this is also an important table. So basically company field is divided into two parts, one is customer, one is vendor. So customer is like we are having a direct customer, right? And vendor is like third party system, right? So third party company we are talking. Okay, so it will be having a two kind of view here, one is customer and one is vendor type of. Rest all view is for other purpose, but the main purpose is customer and a vendor, whether that company is third party company or whether it is directly a customer. Okay, so what difference we are having when you open this record? This is uh, so example, default it is showing to customer default view. So we have this vendor and manufacturer, right? So these are the checkbox which define certain kind of company, like it is whether it is a manufacturer company or a vendor or a customer. So three kind of company can be created. So most of the time it would be vendor or the customer directly. So it if checking and checking will define, okay, the company is a direct customer or the company is a third party customer, or it is just utilized for a manufacturer. So manufacturer will be utilized when we talk about doing some manufacturing of specific things. So for that company is required, like manufacturing things like we have laptop and many more things. For that purpose this will be utilized much. And vendor is like third party, so it will identify the company as a third party, and for customer it will identify it as a direct customer basically. Okay, and if you try to create it, we can create it, and it is not mandatory also, like whether you make any changes to that checkbox, but it is right to utilize those checkboxes because it is really necessary to identify what kind of company it is. And if we don't have any vendor or manufacturer, third party or anything, they will just try to utilize company field, that's it. And this company field will be utilized under, can be utilized under company also, or users. If you see, this is a company field. You can see multiple companies are assigned to those users: cloud MSP, big networks, big tech, fault time, and wherever it is added. So here we can define the company for that user, and everybody is having that. But if we talk about generally the company will be same for all the users because they work for their own same company. So most of the user will be having the same company for all the users. If you find in the instance, you would be seeing all the people assigned to a single company. So there might be a case only 3-4 companies are created as part of any company, because they might be having some hierarchy of company also. Suppose like many company run on a group base, like it is a part of this group, and we have child companies. So there you will find 4-5 companies, but in general if you see in an instance, you will not find many companies created for single company or single company used system. Basically they are not utilizing CSM. If suppose they are using only basic ITSM, they would be having very less companies there. They will not be having until their own company. And this data is also created manually or uploaded if it is huge number of companies, huge number of third-party companies. When it comes to customer service management, so it also depends how much companies are they have to load. Basically if they have to load much companies, then they will utilize some integration or data loading. But if it is like very less creation, so manually it will be created. Okay, you're clear with the company.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And now if you might not have used these countries. Okay, so countries is also the new thing which is available from some time, and you can see the ISO short long, so that it can be correctly identified when you try to create uh, what kind of record, locations record. So when you try to create locations record, we have country code, right? So we have like this USA. So similarly they have done in the system. Previously you might not find such table. What happened? Name is okay. They are not showing here. Maybe they are not showing for that specific one. Basically the context of this is like that only, like the identification of that country code. So for that they have added this kind of information here. So it is basically used on if the system is utilized across the world, like when we try to change the language, internationalization comes in the picture. So this table is the crucial one, and it will be utilized for that purpose as well, right? And similarly we can try to utilize for creating our own countries also, but most of them will be added already, so it will not be required to add much. So India also it is added. You can see ISO short, ISO long, right? And yeah, so this is basically just for creating the reference for the countries. If we are utilizing this country table on multiple things inside ServiceNow, and many I think you guys haven't seen or haven't utilized this country table earlier, right? Have you utilized?
Yes, yes. Never, never.
Yeah, so
No. No.
basically they have added it, but it is like not used or not utilized, because if we talk about locations also, so once it is loaded, so it will not be much utilized until we have that language thing. So that also doesn't comes, because if language thing is there like Japan or China, so that for those clients they will be utilizing, but it would be for their own language only. So I think it is fine to add a single one there according to their needs, but most of the time it is not utilized. It just is like stores the data, that's it.
Okay.
Basically if someone wants to do anything, so this data will be there. If they want to utilize it, they can utilize it. It's like that. They have created or generated a snippet kind of thing, and the various customer can utilize this. It's just like that. Okay.
Yes.
And have you ever heard about delegates? What is delegates?
Yes.
So what purpose you utilize delegates?
I think the purpose of delegate is to, if I want, if in my absence I want to delegate my work to somebody else, I will add that particular person in this.
So have you done that earlier?
No, not done actually.
Okay. So basically, yeah, you mentioned the correct way, because this is the thing. When suppose any person has to go on leave and he has to delegate his work, basically like related to assignment approvals or notifications or meeting invitations, basically. So this is basically for running the process as smooth. If suppose two people are working on a single project, right, and one person is not available, so he has to generate a delegate to another user, right, because the thing has should not be stopped, because the task was assigned to one person, is assigned to one person only, then the task will be on halt. But if you try to create delegate, person 2 will be the delegate of person 1. So what will happen, whatever things is assigned to person 1, that will be visible to person 2. He would be able to do approvals on his behalf and getting the task assigned. Whenever it is assigned to that user, he will get the notification, he will get the assignment call, like person 2 should be working on this new assignment, and the approvals will be approved by the person who would person 2. And we can define the duration, how long he would be the delegate, person 2 will be the delegate of person 1. So we can define the duration also here, 1 week, 2 week, 1 month, we can define the duration. All right, so here we can define the duration. And this is the person 1. Suppose person 1 is going on leave, and this person 2, you can assign any user. So suppose test user is the delegate person, and whatever activity will be coming to system administrator, that will be delegated to the test user between these date, 8th July to 8th July to very long time it is. It is like lifetime basically delegate, but you can schedule it for 1 week or 2 week, 2 days, 4 days, 5 days, right? So you can schedule it according what is needed for the requirement of running the process very smoothly. Okay, and as soon as I have created it, I will go to my users, admin, and it will show in my related list, like test user is my delegate. Okay, you can define the starting time and end time. It is 75 years right now, so you can change it because it is set to 2100. Okay, so this can be changed anyway. Okay, so you can set, you can see this link, configure multi-factor authentication. So this option is provided from this version to do Yokohama version. So you can configure the MFA. Okay, so this is basically when the user will log in, he will see these things like setup authenticator app or register biometric or register hardware security key, pass key. Okay, and you can disable my multi-factor. This is coming to admin person. Generally it will not come this relatedly, they will see only these details. All right.
Okay.
Okay, so for this this authenticator is there, and this is available from Yokohama version, basically MFA thing, and this is basically on mandatory basis from this version basically. So we are having our MFA activated on our PDI also. Previously it was not coming for PDI, but these days it is available for PDI also if you are in Yokohama version. Okay,
Okay.
because I have to log in with one time password every day, my this PDI also. So this is the delegate. Yeah, so yeah, so any questions?
No,
Clear?
no, Prashant. No.
Okay, so you have done some practice on creating themes using theme builder, right?
Yes.
Can you show what you have created?
Yeah, let me just check. I'm sharing my screen.
Okay.
I did not create anything in particular, but where can I see what I have done in this? In the
Go to
editor?
editor, yeah.
Okay. This one.
Okay.
But this was very basic, so I did not apply this to my,
Okay. So
interface, because this was grayish and it was not looking nice. So
okay,
I
so
just discarded it.
you were trying to create it.
Yes.
Okay. So you have
This is one thing. Other thing was I went to preferences and those settings and I changed my settings. So mainly this, I wanted this 5 minutes ago. When was the last time the field was updated and all those. So these things. I had also applied this dark theme. Then I changed to default. All these things I just tried.
okay. Okay, try to create it whole theme
Mm.
and you will see the changes in the system.
Okay. If I want to apply different color apart from this primary, secondary, neutral, I can do that.
You can do from there only additional brand colors.
Additional brand
As
colors.
yeah,
Okay, okay. This. Okay, add a brand color.
yeah,
Okay, I was searching for this only, I think.
yeah, and you click on component style nearby that. Scroll up.
Compound styles. Yes.
Now here I showed you yesterday this,
Mm.
how
Yes, yes.
what how all you can try to
Button will
generate.
appear. Mm.
So this way you can change for each of the things, each of the color.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So these are basically how it will look on valid, how it will look on invalid. You can change that property also inside theme
Mm.
builder. So these are all things when it becomes our warning message, alert message. So suppose green color will be looking like this, and if
Mm.
suppose you change for red button is there, if suppose you change the color for that red one, so it will change. This is basically preview one. If you click on editing,
Mm.
so
Okay.
now you can try to click. See,
Mm.
here you can change the green color. So green color basically it is a check color, like
Mm.
if something is correct, so for that green
Mm.
is there.
Green signal. Mm.
But if you change this, it will change for your theme, it will change a green color to something else, whatever you want it to.
Okay.
Okay, so you can do the major changes under button also, same type of changes you can do.
Yeah.
This all way you can try to do for heading, for form
Mm.
field. You can see for form message how form message should be there. Error message is red, so you can change error message color also,
Okay.
but using your theme only, not in existing one.
Mm. Mm.
Okay,
Yeah. Got it.
and that theme will be applied to complete system.
Okay.
Okay, so these are basically for generating a brand for that
Mm.
specific company.
Yes. Yes. I checked in my projects instance also. There was theme builder applied already.
Okay,
So I did not try and change it. I was just checking.
yeah, all right. So, okay, I think that's good. You have tried. So, have you tried Zainab to create theme?
I tried before, but yesterday I did not try it. So today, tomorrow I will learn it. So I complete today's and studies. Yeah, that kind of practice I'll do and to try this thing. I have installed it through the plugin to do the changes.
Okay. Okay. So, yeah, keep practicing because practice is more required. Uh, Whatever demo I show every day. So today was not that much hectic on technical side, but try to create the themes and all, and then user administration. Try to create one user role group. Try to assign the role to group and see what is happening, and try to generate some delegates also. So try to create 2 3 users and assign delegates of each other and check within the system what happens. Okay.
Yeah, Prashant, sure.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
Okay, and then we will be continuing on to next topic. So what would be our next? So we will be, yeah, so we will be talking about ITSM modules tomorrow.
Mm.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Yeah, so we will talk on ITSM and then we will come to service catalog and then
Mm.
further things. Okay.
Yeah. So in the workflows, when we will come to the workflows, Prashant, you will also tell us about the flow designers, na? Flow
Designing the
designers.
flow. flow is added there. See, flows of
Okay.
flow actions, and how we
Okay.
can add in flow in catalog items.
Screen is stopped. I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe it is visible now.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
We will be covering tomorrow this ITSM modules. Okay, and we have module 4 as catalog items, and we have this module 5 flow. So inside flow we have workflow studio. So basically inside workflow studio we have flow designer, flows of flow actions, right? So I have covered all flow only here. So if you want I can cover workflow, but workflow is like deprecated one these days.
Yeah.
So I haven't added that because ServiceNow will stop using that in some years. Okay, and
Okay.
then we will proceed on multiple things like yeah, and then we would be coming from advanced part, I think from module 13, and these are mix up, basically a mix up of admin plus development, like update set, right, and tables,
Yes.
fields, columns. So these are all coming under advanced only, but it is mixed up with advanced plus admin things. Okay,
Okay.
but the sequence is right, it will be in good shape. Okay,
Yes.
all right, then we will start tomorrow on ITSM modules.
Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
all right, so we will connect tomorrow.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Good night all. Bye.